We are in Melbourne, Australia. Melbourne is the capital and most populous city in the state of Victoria. And have you noticed that there are references here to Queen Victoria everywhere?
QV, Queen Victoria.
Any idea why? Any idea why, Gordon?
No.
So you're gonna learn everything with me in this video today.
Everything.
In the first video, we started to explore Melbourne and Australia. Now we dig a little deeper and try to learn more about this city and this country. What's like the first thing you realize when you come to Melbourne?
It's cooler.
The weather here is kind of iffy, I'd say.
It's a big city.
Yeah, but also very diverse.
Yeah.
Right? Very, very diverse. And that is reflected on the people and the food.
Thank you.
Melbourne is the second most populous city in Australia, only after Sydney, but there are projections that Melbourne will surpass Sydney by 2031. Free transport in the Central Business District. I love it. This is so cool that they have these water bottle refills everywhere here. The water in Melbourne is considered perfectly clean and safe for drinking. One of the best in the world. An example of the diversity in Melbourne is Chinatown. This is considered the oldest Chinatown in the Western world. The one in San Francisco was established earlier, but it was mostly destroyed by an earthquake. So here in Melbourne, they consider that this is the oldest because it's the oldest, still standing, authentic. Why the Chinese started coming here to Melbourne?
Opportunity.
What kind of opportunity?
Money. Moolah.
What kind of money? Because of what?
Oro.
Ah,
Gold.
you're right, you're right. Gold rush. There was a massive gold rush here in Melbourne. We're gonna talk about that later. Stay tuned.
Did you ask me when?
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess between 1860 and 1885.
No, before that. 1850s.
Yeah, I said it. Between 1840 and 1860.
We cannot come to Chinatown and don't try something, huh?
Lunch menu.
Very easy to order, huh? Very easy to decide what you want.
That's a lot.
You take this order, if I press it goes immediately. So easy to order, especially if you're not very familiar with Chinese food.
Bark, black bean sauce. What are you eating?
You can't have all this, come on. Hot.
That's good.
Wow, we made good choices here. This is a pork dumpling. This is so tasty. Wow, and it's a different taste that I had never tried before. Oops. You know, something so interesting, there was no tipping. In the restaurant we went in the previous video, they suggested tipping starting at 5%, but here, nothing. We just paid the bill and that was it. But there's an extra charge for using credit cards. Not much, it was 1.5%.
You're so lucky today. I'm gonna share a secret with you. There's a kitchen, secret of kitchen.
Oh, it's so funny.
Yeah.
There's something very interesting here that I don't know if you realize yet. The streets, they have like their little versions. We're on Little Burke Street, and then there's Burke Street. Our hotel is on Little Collins, and then there's Collins Street.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That is so cool, huh?
Well, let me ask you, if they have Gordo Street, do they have
Little Gordon.
Big Gordo? I would think they'd have Big Gordo.
Seriously, look at this. Five minutes away from Chinatown, this is the State Parliament. Remember that Melbourne is the capital of the state of Victoria here in Australia. This brings me to the original question. Why do we see Victoria everywhere here, Gordon?
This is a British colony.
There's more to that.
Victoria, the mother of all. I don't know.
Melbourne petitioned to the Queen at the time, Queen Victoria, to separate from New South Wales, which was the colony just north of here, today another state. New South Wales obviously didn't want, and neither did she, but they convinced that the new colony would be named after her, and that's how it became Victoria, today the state of Victoria. All this is also to thank her. Something similar happened with Queensland, another state north of here that also separated from New South Wales. And you see this tram number 35? See how different this is? That's because this is the tourist tram. It just circles here around the Central Business District, and it's also free. Next to the Parliament Gardens. So well maintained. Beautiful, huh? Another amazingly beautiful park over here. Welcome now to Carlton Gardens. You see all this beautiful architecture and just beauty everywhere. Let me take the chance to tell you about the golden times here in Melbourne. Soon after the independence, gold was discovered here. Coincidence? Maybe, but that made Melbourne the richest city in the world. That's why you see so many nice buildings, churches, parks, plenty of money over here. Aren't they cute? So cute.
Very interesting
houses.
architecture.
Yeah, and look at that, 1868. The height of the gold rush here.
This is what they could buy with gold?
Well, probably at the time, yeah.
No, I don't think so. I think they had bigger houses. Are these protected?
I don't know, but they should be, right?
Are they registered on the Historic Society of Melbourne? Never to be burned down?
Oh, it might be. I see a heritage sign over there.
There you go. If I were to guess, I saw the word labor has to do with unionization. To commemorate the 8 hours movement. Ah, labor. Reduced hours.
But there's more. There's more to the story.
Well, I'm sure, but I got it, didn't I?
Yeah.
Labor movement to reduce hours.
Actually, if people all over the world today work 8 hours a day, like 888,
We need to be thankful for the Australians.
we need to be thankful to Victoria because it all started right here, not only Australia. They're very proud of this here.
The people here are Australian, right? So we have to be thankful to them.
Okay, but there's some rivalry there, so let's be thankful to Victoria.
Boss, you make me work all day.
No, seriously, 888, and that stands for 8 hours of work, 8 hours of rest, and 8 hours of your own time.
8 days a week.
There are 7 days a week.
Oh, you didn't fall for it. Okay.
Just around the corner from the monument, a very interesting building over here, historical building in the middle of downtown. This is the old jail. Australia has a very interesting history.
Many of the cities were started by criminals.
Some of the most important cities here were really founded by convicts.
Criminals from the UK.
It was too costly to maintain the prisoners in the UK, so they sent them all the way here.
Australia was a British colony,
Just like Canada.
like Canada.
Some important figures in Australian history were arrested here, including Ned Kelly, probably the most controversial of all. For some, he's like the Australian version of Robin Hood. For others, he's just a plain cop killer. And until today, he's a very controversial character here. Do you know what were Ned Kelly's last words? Very famous.
I don't know.
Such is life.
Such is life.
Yeah, and it became like a saying here in Australia.
Such is life.
I learned that with an Australian.
No, don't be criminal, then you won't be executed.
Well, some people don't consider him a criminal. Remember that?
Oops.
He is controversial here.
I just myself with 50% of Australia. Oops.
Ned Kelly was the first person to be hanged inside the jail. Needless to say, it is considered haunted. And as we're talking about controversies, let me tell you about something that I found to be very interesting here in Australia. Kind of a controversial issue as well. You see this here? Before starting anything or any event, sometimes on TV, they acknowledge that the Aboriginals living in Australia are the original owners of this land. We saw that at an event before we started shooting these videos. I went for a guided tour. The guide also said that. It is very interesting. And they reference not only this nation, but other nations that occupied other parts of Australia. It's a topic that's being discussed everywhere here. This message pops up even on the websites of every attraction here in Australia.
I sit and wonder about the times that it made sense. But nowadays, I don't worry about what's past.
Jeez, what a busy area. Oh, wow.
That's a lot of people getting knowledge.
But also remember, the university is right over here.
And a library full of knowledge, young people, next generation. Where are they going to take the world?
You're kind of a philosopher today, huh?
No, I just recognize.
Our guide also mentioned that the top export in Melbourne is education, and it shows. Yeah! Let's see if you're paying attention to everything we've been talking about in this video.
Nope.
This is the oldest public library in Australia, and it's called?
The State Library.
No. What's a common theme in the video?
Victoria Library.
Victoria! You're so smart!
You think?
Yeah! So interesting because you look at the library like this, it appears to be one single beautiful big building, right? But no, there are 23 separate buildings inside. Let's mingle in. Let's go inside.
Are we going in?
Yeah. What's very unique about this library is that the main room is based on the prison system. You'd have staff in the middle, sitting higher up to overlook everyone around, to see exactly what they were doing. Here they also have a collection of rare books, from really old ones to contemporary books. Look at the size of this book. You'd probably need 2 people to carry it. This was one of the world's first scripts from about 2050 before Christ. Wow, this is the Divine Comedy by Dante Alighieri that was written between 1308 and 1320. Did you see Capital? The original by Karl Marx. It's the book that inspired socialism. These are books that we study in school, and here we're seeing the originals. It's amazing. This is where philosopher René Descartes wrote his famous I think, therefore I am. And look at his name in Latin, almost like mine. Wow, there's a museum here inside the library too. Remember Ned Kelly, the very controversial figure that I mentioned earlier? They have the armor that he used in a siege in 1880. And why was this important? Look at this. When police were shooting, police didn't know if they were shooting a man or a monster. We're just walking over here and saw this little lane full of plants. Look at this everywhere. And there's actually an explanation here. Guilford Lane, the name of this lane, is being protected by historic overlay. Residents are responsible for nurturing and maintaining the garden. That's why you see these plants everywhere. 2010, there was nothing, just a regular lane. And look at it now. Cat Cafe. You feel like you're in Japan?
Yeah.
There are so many cafes everywhere in Melbourne that you just feel like stopping everywhere, right?
I imagine during winter you have to.
They're so charming. Look at the car over there, waiting to turn right.
Be careful those hook turns.
Yes. We don't need a few driving lessons here.
Oh, you would?
You were as surprised as I was. Glad we're not driving in Melbourne.
Yeah.
We're coming back to the hotel now to have a break, have some rest, because we got something really fun to do later today. See you soon. Look at how nice. Everybody's here just enjoying the beautiful weather. We're now at a major landmark here in the Central Business District of Melbourne. This is the Queen Victoria Market.
Or known as Queen Vic.
Also, there's another nickname. What is it? Vic Market? You know, there's something interesting about this market. This is the largest open-air market in the Southern Hemisphere. But this market has the most unique history I've ever heard of in any market. You won't believe what was here before.
What?
Any idea?
No.
Guess?
I don't know.
A cemetery.
Oh, really?
Yes. This was the first British burial ground here in Melbourne, and many of the first settlers of the city were buried here.
Including the founder.
Most of the remains are being relocated to another place, but rumor has it that not all.
Plenty of ghosts. It's busy.
Yes.
Real busy.
Yeah.
And smoky.
But not the kind of smoke that you might think. It's smoke of food. And it's so cool because there's different food from different parts of the world.
Are you lost?
Yeah, I don't know what to eat. I don't, it's too much, a lot of choices, and everything looks really good. Potatoes, ham, topped with cheese. It's so good.
You have to try.
What is it that you got?
Calamari, salted and peppered. Very good.
Better than mine?
Uh-huh.
Vic Market opened in 1878, and this is the last Victorian era market still operating here in Melbourne. But this is not the real market, the real daily market. The traditional market closes on Wednesdays. Occasionally they have events in the evening, and if you happen to be here on a Wednesday, this is the time to come. Maybe it's even better. Look at the size of this line here to get this dessert. Look at this. They just called 76. I'm 12. Thank you. Look at this. This is not only the ice cream. The bottom here is like a donut. And it looks like there are some pieces of cake also inside. Oh my gosh. Look at the donut here. Ooh, look at that. When you reach the bottom here, it is warm. And it is delicious. It's melting. It's really good.
Looks like a cinnamon roll.
Yes, the bottom is actually a cinnamon roll.
How many calories?
1,000 at least.
Look at that donut. Oh my God, that's 2,000 calories. Hola.
Bring your bottle because the water is free.